Hey you guys, welcome to my page. I'm Laura with Chocolate to Chocolate Designs. Alright you guys, I'm back again. How are you guys doing? I'm Laura with Chocolate to Chocolate Designs. Please say hi when you jump on. Hit that heart button for me. Hopefully my video will stay put this time. I have been having some technical difficulties with things. And as you guys know, for the last couple of times when we jumped on here, it shuts off my video almost immediately, and then I got to restart it again, and it's just frustrating. It's infuriating. So we're going to get through this, though. All right, so you guys, as always, I'm going to give you a keyword to type in. When you type in that keyword, I'll send you a message with the supply list for all the things that we're doing tonight. Now, I have seen some stuff on Facebook, you guys, where people complain about people who do what I do, in that we send a message and ask you to type in a keyword. Now, the reason that I do this, though, and I don't just give you a link, is because the link is only going to give you the products that are available on my site. And if you type in the keyword, then you're going to get a list, not only of what's on my site, but also of the other items that I'm using that are not available for purchase on my site and where you can go to find them if I have that information available to me. So that's why I ask you guys to do that. And don't just give the link, okay? Because I want you guys to have all of the information. So the keyword for tonight is funny. 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 Thanks for joining me, you guys. Hope you guys had an awesome weekend. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about mine today as we go through this. Let me say hello to all my friends real quick. Hi, Karen. Hello, Wendy. Thanks for joining me late tonight, you guys. Hello, Lynn and Lisa Marie. Hi, Roseanne. Hello, Joanne and Pam. Hello, Crystal and Donna. Oh my goodness. And there goes my video. Are you kidding me right now? What in the world is going on? I can't see your names now all of a sudden. And it's buffering. Y'all. Let me know if everything's going smooth for all of you guys, because it's not for me, and I don't know what's going on. Ah! Hi, Lauren and Sandy. Hello, everybody. All right, hi, Janice and Maxine. I'm so sorry if I missed you. Hey, Carol and Wendy and Brenda and Lisa Marie. Oh, thank you, Carol. Yeah, you guys, now that I'm losing some weight, I'm actually able to pull out some clothes from my closet that I haven't worn in ages, and it feels really good. It feels really good. So I'm loving getting my old wardrobe back. So much nicer. They're not new. All right. So you guys, before we get started on this project, I'm going to tell you that we have a lot of mixing to do today to mix colors. So we're going to do a door round today, and we're going to go ahead and get started with this just by, hi Tammy, by painting up one of our rustic rounds. And I'm going to paint the entire thing with a color that I honestly don't use all of that often, because for some reason most of the time I like it to be, well, I like to go with the plaster in Waverly, but this time we are actually going to use bright white, okay? Bright white. And we're going to see how this goes. Funny is the key word. Y'all, we have new transfers that are available right now, and then we've got some old ones that are a steal of a deal. And I mean a steal of a deal. And one of them that I'm going to show you tonight is on sale for like $2 if you're a Perks member. And if you're not a Perks member, throughout the end of the month, you can join for just $1. $1 gets you 30% off on my website all day, every day, which is phenomenal. Okay, you guys. So these are our rustic rounds. I think I'm getting a little bit of Allie's cough, you guys. Ugh. These are our rustic rounds. They are available on the site. And I'm just going to grab a paintbrush here. Probably my favorite ones. Because I like. Okay, you guys, that's the second time that's done it already. So hopefully we can get through this, but it keeps pausing my videos and making me restart it on the other end. And I don't know why. But it's frustrating. Oh, it's frustrating. So let's see how much we can get through on this. If it does it again, I might just have to pause for tonight and resume on another night, because I can't keep going around and changing that up, you guys. Is it happening to you guys too? Is it going like doing a thingamajigger where it tells you that the live broadcast has stopped and then it's restarting? Because that's what it's doing for me. All right, so we're going to go ahead and just grab some Waverly in the color Snow White, you guys. Bright, bright white Waverly. And just to make this easier for myself, I'm going to get a color tray and pour a bunch of it into a color tray, okay? Funny is the keyword. This way I don't have to keep trying to dunk my brush into the hole of that jar. Are you guys able to comment? Because now I'm not seeing comments. Yes, I did. See, now I'm seeing comments up here, but I don't see them on my end on the video. Y'all, like I'm saying, technical difficulties are for real tonight. Oh my goodness. Hi, Linda. All right, now I'm seeing it. Hi, Carrie. You have no issues? Okay, good. Good. All right, so here we go. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to start off. And I know it's going to be messy on the back side, you guys. And it's probably going to stick to my paper. But it's going to hang on a door. And so unless I'm making this double-sided, what the back side looks like really doesn't matter to me. But I do want my sides to be painted. So I'm going to go around my sides first. Just so that I can lay it flat to paint the rest of it and know that all this is done without me having to touch it. All right, there we go. This is going to be a fast paint job too, you guys, because it's all going to be bright white. All of it. You guys, I'm still not getting comments on my screen. Oh my goodness. This is going to be one of those nights, isn't it? Hello, everybody. Hi, Sue. I can kind of see them up there, but it's so small up there. I'm freezing some. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Facebook tonight, but it is not being kind to me. It's not being kind to me at all. I had issues trying to get my live started. And so far, it has shut off on me twice already and made me restart. So, I don't know if it's my internet connection, if it's Facebook doing it. But there's no rain here or anything. No freezing for you, Vicki. I have no comments coming in on my screen like I normally do. They're not coming through. People have been having problems all day. That's not good. Been difficult for you for a whole week, Carol? Yeah, I can only read the comments on my phone and it's so small. Your live had no, or somebody else's live had no comments today? Ha! I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do this project tonight, you guys. Honest to goodness, we might have to just paint this board and call it a night because if I can't see the comments, hi Corey and Missy, without squinting at my phone, which is literally what I'm doing, and it freezing and shutting off my video every couple of minutes, then I just don't know how that's going to work out. I just don't. And that's frustrating. Hi, Dale. I see your name on there. And I'm going to miss everything that you guys want to know about. And you guys are going to miss part of the video if it freezes and goes out on me again. And I'm freezing some for Linda. So you guys, let's take it to a vote. Do we want to just deal with the technical difficulties tonight? Or would you rather try again tomorrow when we know that nobody's going to have any issues? Well, not that we know that tomorrow. But we know that we're having issues today. And tomorrow might be better. So you guys tell me what you want to do. What you think we should do. Grin and bear it. Or hold off until tomorrow and hope that things are better in the world of of Facebook, or in the world of my internet connection, or in the world of whatever it is that's going on right now that's driving me crazy. Or another thing that I can do is, if it's not getting better, I can put together some short videos for you guys. You say go for it. You say you're not freezing. Let's do this. I can't see comments, so that's the thing. Keep going. Okay. I'll be squinting at my phone like this the whole time. All right, we tried that up. I'm going to do another code on here real quick. Grin and bear it. Deal with it. Well, you guys keep those comments coming because that does really help me, even though I can't see them. Okay, you guys are good. I just can't see comments without doing one of these numbers. I just have to do the whole live like this today. You guys like that? The whole live. This in and of itself could be funny. Hi, everybody. All right, I'm going to teach you guys. I'll squint it when I have to see the comments and try to go back and forth. I'm going to waste them way more tonight than what I normally do, though, because y'all are going to see me like this, trying to see what you're saying. I normally wear glasses, too, when I'm at my computer, because I do not have... I have an astigmatism, you guys, and so, like, especially this time of night and having this light on my face, it's difficult on my eyes. Keep going. All right, everybody says keep going. So we're just going to keep going and see what we can make happen with this tonight. Okay. And hopefully, if it shuts off my video again, though, you guys, I'm going to call it, just so you know. We'll go as far as we can. If it shuts off my video again, though, I'm just going to be like, all right, third time is a bit too much for me. So hopefully it stays on there. Because I can't go around my computer and keep fixing that when I'm trying to paste on my transfers. All right, that looks pretty good. My coverage is not as good with this thing as it would have been had I used a brush, but I still kind of like how it looks. Hi, Holly. So let's just go with this. This could end up just being funny because it's funny. So you guys, this weekend has been a family weekend, you guys, to be honest with you. The kids are now officially on spring break. Okay? Spring break started on Friday. And I honestly don't remember what we did. What did I do on Friday? I honestly don't remember what we did. Oh, that's right. I slept. That's why I don't remember what we did. I was so tired, you guys. From the entire week, from the last couple of weeks, this month for me has been exhausting. And so I got home from bringing the kids home from school, and I got them some lunch, and I slept. And I took a big long nap, and then I woke up, and I watched some television with John, and then I went back to bed. And I slept, and I slept, and I slept, because I needed to feel better. Oh, thank you, Chris! Because I needed the energy. I was just exhausted. And I don't know if it was just the weather that we've been having lately or what. Hi, Carolyn. But I was wore out, completely wore out. So like all day on Friday, I slept. I just could not pull it together. I could not get any energy, and I needed to get caught up on rest. So that's why I don't remember anything about Friday. Saturday I woke up and I was so refreshed and ready to go. All right, you guys, now that we've got that on there, I'm going to put surface wax on here, even though I'm going to tell you guys right now, our surface wax is out of stock on the site, so hopefully you have a jar already. Your kids had spring break a couple of weeks ago. Hi, everybody. Listen, I can't see comments tonight, so I'm doing the best I can to squint at my phone to see them. So then Saturday I woke up and I lounged around for a while because I was still feeling pretty lazy, feeling really lazy. And then you haven't slept well since Monday. It could be the weather. It so could be the weather. Hello, Tammy. All right, Tammy's the last comment that I saw. We're going to come up over here, or is it not? Nope, it's not. Nope, it's not. I can refresh and get them up to date, but then I can't. It doesn't keep scrolling. So you guys, Saturday, I woke up, I lounged around for a while, I was lazy, and then I got in the shower, I got myself ready for the day, and by noon, my kids and I were out the door and heading up into Uptown, where they had this special Easter egg hunt going on for the kids. And so I took them up there, and they got to participate in this community Easter egg hunt thing that they really wanted to do, because my daughter guilted me. On Friday, on the way home from school, she's pulling out all of this paperwork from her backpack, right? Like, I don't go through her paperwork, and like, I have no idea what's going on ever in this world. And she says, you know, this is going on, and this is going on, and this is going on, but you never take us to any of this stuff, so I doubt we'll get to go. Because that's her attitude these days. That's how she acts. That's how she's always negative and pessimistic, and I don't know where she gets it from, because I'm happy-go-lucky, y'all. I'm pretty darn happy-go-lucky. But she's always so negative about everything. And so I don't think we're going to get to go, because you never take us to any of these kind of things. So the next morning, I'm determined. I'm going to show her. I will take you, you little snot. And I wake him up, and she almost makes us late because she gets distracted by something, right? Hi, Linda. That's okay, girl. I get it. Oh, don't say that. The attitude's got to get better. So I take him up there for this Easter thing, this egg hunt thing that honestly, you guys, is like made for 3-year-olds. Honest to goodness. And here my kids are 8 and 11 and wanting to go on an Easter egg hunt. And all the other kids around there are like, I don't know, 5 and below. And it's downtown in this park, this field. And we do this Easter egg hunt thing where basically they were given a basket. They had to fill their basket up with empty Easter eggs. They were laid out in a field, you guys. And then they had to stand in line for what seemed like forever so that they could turn in their Easter eggs from that basket and pick out 15 small little prizes. You know, like bracelets and stickers and slap wristbands and some pieces of candy. You get 15. And we spent like an hour up there doing that. And then we're on our way out of the parking lot. And I goes, Allie, have we ever been in this field before? And she says, yeah, we've been here lots of times. And I said, what have we done here, Allie? Well, I don't remember, but we've been here a lot. Who brought you here, Allie? Well, you did, Mom. Really, kid? Really, kid? Because I take you to all of these things. Always. Oh! I still don't think it registered. Oh my goodness. All right, you guys, we just pulled that off of there. We've got this all waxed up. And then we've got this. You got money in the eggs for the grandkids? We've got this all waxed up. And we're going to be using 2 transfers tonight, okay? So one of these is a brand new transfer that just came in. And I just got mine. It says, welcome to the funny farm. And I think that this is so stinking cute. And then we're also going to use one that's older. And it's currently available on the site. And you guys, I didn't check the price for Perks members, but I think that right now on this sale, it's the same as it is for designers. You guys, my price on this is $2. And I'm pretty sure that your price for this one is also $2. This is the chicken pattern. $2, you guys. We have $1 and $2 transfers and $3 and $4 and $5 transfers right now. It's insane how cheap some of these transfers are. And if you're not yet a Perks member, you can join for just $1 today, which is amazing, right? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to just lay this out and kind of see where we want this. I don't have great florals for this project yet, but I do know that I want to show you guys about registration marks and how to line things up. And that's part of the reason why I picked this one, okay? So once I've got this transfer where I want it, I'm going to go ahead and grab some tape. Just so that I can make it easier for myself to line up in a little bit. That was a bad idea. Oh. So the rest of Saturday, you guys, I pretty much just got things done around my house. My house is clean today. My laundry's done, which is a great thing. And just did stuff. Just did mom stuff. All right, I got to make sure that my tape is straight with that hole at the top. Oh, heck no, it's not. That's better. Otherwise, it's going to be really crooked. Because I'm going to put my transfers down on it in just a little bit, but I don't want to do that yet because I want to mix my colors first. So that just, the wax is going to protect my surface from the adhesive on the back of my transfer. These are reusable silkscreen transfers. They're adhesive on the back, and you can use them over and over and over again. You just wash them, you let them dry, and then you can put them back on your backer sheet and reuse it again and again. But that adhesive on here is fairly strong. So when you put it down on top of fresh paint, it can pull your paint up. So when we put the surface wax down, that does 2 things. It protects your paint from pulling up from that adhesive, and it also fills in some of the wood grain that might be left over, or that might be on your surface, so that it's even smoother than it was before to prevent any kind of bleeding from your transfer. So hopefully that's it. Hopefully that covered it. So that's why I went ahead and waxed it. All right, you guys, we're going to mix some colors. And hi, Mary. Hello, everybody. My comments are not working properly tonight, so I got to squint to see them. But I'll do it occasionally. All right. So you guys, when I was working on this project and trying to put together this idea in my head, what I wanted to do was go online and try to find a color palette that I liked, okay? And I tend to find a lot of my color palettes on Pinterest. I will go in there and just type in, like right now I wanted farmhouse, because this is like a farmhouse sign, right? But I also wanted spring. So I typed in farmhouse spring color palette. Farmhouse spring color palette, and then I just kind of scrolled down until I found one that I really liked. And my printer was another one of my technology problems today, you guys. But I finally got it to print. It didn't print the colors exactly, but this is what we're going with for the color palette tonight. And it's got all of these beautiful colors, and then you can see on the bottom how they look when they're all put together. And I thought that for a funny farm, this would be so stinking cute. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to mix our colors and do the best we can to match this right here. Okay? And it's a lot of colors, and I know that. I do know that, but I think I have a little bit of a trick that we're going to work with this to see if we can make it happen. Okay, so we're going to get out a bunch of trays here. I love mixing colors up, you guys know. And I'm starting to run low on trays too. Sometimes when my trays get, sometimes when I get really messy with my color trays, I don't feel like washing them and I just throw them away. Sometimes. Or when they get really stained up and gross, kind of like this one is, I'll just toss it. All right. So I've got a bunch of different colors that we're going to work with tonight to make all the colors that are on here. The first one on there is ultra pure white. So of course, you guys, we have our pure white. We painted our board with that though, but we're still going to use this as a medium to mix things. All right. You guys ready for all of this? Oh, absolutely. You're so welcome. So we're going to kind of start with a base of having white and gray together because all of these kind of have like a gray tone to them, okay? They all have a little bit of a gray tone. So we're going to mix, but gray is too dark for most of these. So we're going to mix white with gray to make a light gray. Or, you know what? Actually, yes, you guys. I think I want to mix my white and my light gray together at the same time in one palette, in one tray. Oh gosh, now I have the hiccups. In one tray. That way, everything has the same base, okay? When you have the same base with your colors, it's going to make them all look very cohesive. It's just a fact. It's just a color fact, you guys. So we're going to add some storm here and some white. And remember, this is going to be my base for all of my colors here, at least most of them, okay? So I'm mixing up quite a bit because all of them are going to be together. Now, if you happen to have an old color that we used to have that's called grayish, then this would be the time to use grayish, okay? But grayish is no longer available. I try not to use things that are not available on my site. And so I'm going to mix my own grayish looking color. And this might actually be still not quite white enough. But I think I'm going to go with it. It's nowhere near as dark as the storm was to begin with. So we're going to go with it. Okay. Now that I have this mixed up, I have my base. I have my base. Now we're going to go ahead and look at some of these other colors on here. Okay. So the next one on here is called Destiny Celadon. I don't even know what that means. But it looks like it's gray with just a little bit of a green undertone. So we're going to be using a significant amount of this. And then to this, I'm going to add a little bit of sage, which is like one of my favorite greens. This is a really, really bright green, you guys. So I don't need a lot of this, and that gray color that I made is really going to tone down this green. And we're going to see what happens when I do these two together. I might need more green. I might not. Ooh. I actually really like that. It's not the gray that we had. It's definitely a different gray. My 2-year-old Jackson keeps... Oh, well, hi! Hi, Jackson! How you doing, buddy? Hi! I will say hi to him. We can be on FaceTime. Close enough. Oh, I hope he's enjoying the show. All right, so that's, you guys, it's actually pretty close to the color that's on there. It's no longer that sage green now. It's got a lot of gray tone to it. Then we're going to go with the next one, which on the paper is called Morning Tea. Okay. Morning Tea is kind of like our camel, but it's definitely toned down from our camel. So we're going to do the same thing with this one. We're going to grab our camel, and I'm going to add just a little bit of this storm white color. And we'll see what we can get with this, okay? So again, just a little bit of this. The thing is they all have that same little bit of storm in there, so they've all got that same base color, which is going to make them all match a lot, okay? So let's see what we get with this one. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. I do wish that it was a little bit more yellow. But next to that color there, this looks fantastic. So we're never going to get our colors to be exactly unless you're like a really, really, really skilled mixologist, and I am not. You guys, I do the best I can, and it usually, I'm able to get a color palette together that's close and that I enjoy. Okay? So those two look fantastic together. Next, we're going to look at the next color that's on this sheet here, which is this blue cypress. And for that one, I was a little bit thrown off, okay? Just a little bit. But I decided we were going to try sea glass and mix the sea glass with this gray color that we created to see what we can get with sea glass. Okay, that's one of our newer colors that is available currently on the site, you guys. I'm hoping I mixed up enough. It's going to be just enough, y'all. We might go with a little bit extra sea glass. And let's grab some of this gray again. And see what happens when we mix it with the sea glass. Okay, so just starting with that gray always. And seeing what happens with it. Now that turned a lot more gray than what I expected it to. It's a really beautiful gray though. So I'm going to start over with this one because I put way too much gray in there. And I might actually use this gray that I just created with the next color that we're going to do. But you guys, we're gonna add more sea glass to this. Thank you so much for all the stars. I'm so sorry that I'm not seeing the comments, you guys. They are extremely small on my screen. I'm gonna try just a little bit here. Yeah. That's more what I wanted right there. Where it still has that grayish tone to it, so it matches the other ones, but it's definitely blue. That looks great. Look at that color palette we're creating. Isn't that gorgeous, you guys? All right, next up it's called Peony Blush here, and we're going to start off with Marvelous. Which is another really gorgeous color. And this time we're going to let's add this lighter color again, this lighter gray. Just a bit of it and see what happens when we mix these two together. And it should give us that same tone. This time I think I need a little bit more. Come on. Are you guys loving this color palette so far? I hope you are. Oh, that might be too much. Let's hope not. Nope, that's not too much. That actually looks really, really fantastic. So it's springy, but yeah, it's a very, very different than all the other colors that we've got in our palette, which and toned down, which is, you guys, that's what's in style right now. That's what's I don't know, trending. It's what people want, is that those toned down grayish tones. So look at these 4. So far phenomenal, right? Now there's one more in this group of colors that's a dark one. That's going to be like your statement color, okay? Your statement color. So for this one, let's see. I have, ooh, don't put that on there. I need the right lid on the right jar. Done that before on accident. All right, so for this one, we're going to use Tropic, okay? But we're going to move those light grays aside. And this time with Tropic, we're just going to do the gray. The storm color. No white added, just a bit of storm. And I'm going to start off small, just doing a little bit at a time. And then I can always come back in and mix some more if I want some more. But this is going to be our statement color, our dark color. But we still want that gray base with it. That's not enough gray. Now we're getting it. Where you actually see the color change, and you can see that tone go from that bright, bright, bright to having that grayish in there. And it just tones down the entire color just enough. You get a good, good mix on here. Ooh-wee! Hello, everybody! You love that color green? The Tropic one, it is gorgeous. It is gorgeous in and of itself. I'm going to add a little bit more gray, you guys, still. There we go. That's more what I'm looking for. That dark, rich, like, I don't even know I don't know what to call it. That dark, rich green, though. Okay, so there's our color palette, you guys. Instead of going straight out the jar, I'll show you guys what we started with. We started with this, and now we have these that all have that kind of cohesive base to them. They're toned down with grays and whites, and they all have that same undertone to them. That's going to make them all really work well together, okay? So that's what we're going for here with our colors. Hopefully we have enough to do this project, though. Hopefully I mixed enough, and hopefully that helps you guys to learn a little bit about color tonight, and how to pick colors to be cohesive. You can pick any colors that you want. Any colors that you want. And if you pick out a base, and pick out any base you want too. Most of the time you're going to go with browns or grays or whites, off-whites, but you pick that same base in the same tone if you mix your base together. But anyway, to make everything all cohesive, and then it's going to match. It's going to work out. Okay, that's on the outside of the jar. All right, let's get all this stuff out of my way. Let me take a drink. And then I'm going to move these back here just so I don't accidentally mess them up. So now it didn't match this exactly, but we have a pretty darn close color palette here that I think is going to look fantastic. Okay, here we go. Let's set these up here. And oh, that's right, I still wanted the storm. Still wanted the storm just as it is. And we're going to have storm as one more color that's on here. You know what? Since we mixed it, let's go ahead and use that one that's the lighter color. And we're going to keep that one. Okay. So here we go, you guys. Let's go ahead and fuzz our transfer first. We're going to start off with the Welcome to the Funny Farm. We are going to make a transition line on here, but we're going to do that with whatever color we have left over at the end. Because I don't know what that's going to be yet. So we're going to grab these out. These are reusable silkscreen transfers. We use them with chalk paste or ink. Chalk paste is our semi-permanent, which is what I'm using tonight. Ink can be heat set to become permanent. Hi, Ray. You need my help with iron-ons? Send me a message and I'll see what I can do to help you. So we're going to give this a good fuzz on a fuzzing cloth or a terry cloth towel just to lessen the adhesiveness that's on here because it's the first time that we're using this one. We've already waxed our board. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to lay this on here above our tape. How did I get a bunch of stuff on here? From when I opened up my jar of paste. Darn it. It's not in the silk screen, though. We should be okay. So I want this just above that tape line. That tape line is also going to help me to line this up better. And then we're going to press it down and work all of our air bubbles out. If you feel any air bubbles, lift your transfer back up and try to press those out. Move them off to the side wherever you can. Do you put a dot on the transfer? I did not yet put a dot on the transfer package. I'll do that after I wash it. But yeah, you guys, I put dots on mine just so that I can tell what transfers are new and which ones are not new. Because when I clean them, they get so clean that I can't tell if I used them before or not. It's not a bad problem to have. All right, let's grab out some squeegees here. We're going to go with some mini squeegees that I have cut in half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we've got our gray as well. And we should be able to make this fairly fast and easy. So the word welcome, we're going to do one color for each letter, okay? And then repeat it as we go along. So let's go ahead and just start off with this bright green that we made, this gorgeous green color. There's a hair in there, the darn dog hairs. Shouldn't matter. Okay. So we're going to do welcome with this beautiful green color that we made. And we're just taking a squeegee and letting that paste fall through the transfer onto the surface, okay? Now keep in mind, you do not want this paste to dry in the silk screen, so you are going to want to do paste and pull. So because of that, I'm going to work from left to right. And I'm going to go ahead and start doing the gray down here at the bottom. We're going to do To the Funny Farm. And I'm just going to take it just beyond that letter there. And then I'm going to pull. That way, with each letter, we can pull up and make sure that that does not dry in there. We're going to get the best transfer possible if we make sure to pull up on our transfer with each letter instead of letting it dry. Okay, so next is this brown color that we made? Telling y'all, these colors are going to look so good together. So there's the E. Again, just letting that paste fall to the silk screen. I'm back with that gray. And we're going to go just beyond that one now. And then pull up. So far, I love this. What do you guys think? Then we're coming back in with the L. Oh, I almost think that I'm going to switch these two colors around and go with the pink next. Loving it. Thank you. There's our L. Back in with that gray, come just beyond it. And then give it a lift. Oh my goodness, I'm loving this. I'm so loving this so far. And it still feels springy, even though these colors are darker, right? Oh, thank you. I'm sorry that I'm missing some comments, you guys. It's really hard for me to see. Oh, thank you so much for following from Canada. Welcome. All right, here's the C in this color. I don't even know what to call it. This was the one we mixed that sage with to make kind of a grayish green color. And back in again with the gray. We're going to go past that C and then just pull from left to right. Thank you. I'm getting more and more excited with each letter, you guys. I love this so far. All right, then we got the blue. And even this bright, bright blue, you guys, totally goes with these colors. Because again, we had that same gray base. Okay, so you're going to squeegee it on, and you're going to squeegee right back off any excess that's on there. Put that back in your color tray or back in your jar, wherever you need to put it. Thank you. And then continue on with that gray at the bottom. And pull. This is how you get the best results, you guys, is to pull. Pull it back up as often as you can. All right, now we're back to the beginning again. So we're back to this letter. Oh, funny that we started with a W, and then the next time we use this color, it's an upside down W. Yeah, buddy. And then next one's going to be an E again. It was meant to be. Oh, I'm getting my fingers in paste. Oh, and it looks like I got a little bit of a dark color there. Just kind of mixed in somehow. Oh, I bet it was gray. I bet I didn't mix that well enough right there in that one spot. Can't see. All right, here's our M. Again, doing that gray for the farm. Giving that a pull. And then just letting it fall right back down. Okay, we're not pressing any of this down. We're just letting it fall back into place. And then last but not least is this E again. And the colors look phenomenal. What I don't think I have, though, is ribbon to match. But we're going to figure out something. I have a couple ideas over here. Thank you so much. Gosh, I wish I could see that. All right, this is the last little bit. So once I pull this off, we're going to get to see the entire thing. All done with all the color. And you guys can tell me if you love this color palette or not. And I can also post this particular color palette in the VIP group if you guys want me to do that. All right, let me get out my towel real quick because I've got a place to lay this down so I can spray it. And then here we go, you guys. Here's this part of our design for tonight. Do you guys love it? Oh my goodness. I'm loving the colors. I am loving the colors on this. It's spring, but it's not bright. Still has that farmhousey tones. And all the colors really do work very, very well together. So you guys, I'm going to go ahead and bring this over here so that I'm not trying to put any heat by this paste since we're not done with this. And I'm just going to dry this up really quick, okay? Thank you. Oh, I just had a fantastic idea. We'll see how it works out. All right, hopefully that right there is dried enough. I'm gonna peel off this piece of tape. I kind of just used this one as my guide so I knew where I needed to put that right there. I'm gonna keep it right here just in case I need it again. Now, I'm gonna grab another smaller piece of tape. This is just pinstriping tape, you guys. And I'm going to put this one right here. Right there. And then I think I'm going to put one more pinstripe piece on there. Hi, Tammy. That way we can actually make another line that goes straight across. I have an idea. Trying to line that up as best as I can. All right. We'll see how this turns out when we do this. Okay. All right. So now we've got our next transfer that we're going to be putting on here, and this is called the chickens pattern. Super cute, and there's patterns in the chickens themselves. Okay. And I thought this would be really cute for the Funny Farm because there's already all these patterns going on in the chickens, and these also have this registration mark. So what that means is that when you look at this transfer, look at the top up here. You see how you see a circle right there? And then you see another one down here at the bottom. Those are a chalkable area, okay? But you don't want that to be on your surface when you're doing those. The purpose of having those is to make it so you can line the transfer up next to itself as you're going, okay? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to just give this a good fuzz. And then once this is fuzzed, I'm going to turn my transfer over. Trust the process, you guys. I'm going to grab just a little piece of this masking tape that I just took off of here. And I'm going to put this sticky side up, you guys, on that registration mark. So I'm going to let the sticky of my transfer hold that piece of tape on there to where it's still sticky on the outside. Hopefully that'll stay on there. It'll stick more to our board than it does onto this. Now we might not need all 4 registration marks, but this is the easiest way to do it that I have found. Rather than trying to sneak your tape underneath it after the fact, it's kind of a pain in the butt, you guys. But you do want to cover up those holes, but I'm going to show you why in just as we go along, okay? All right. So now we've got our transfer. We've got our registration marks covered with tape. Hopefully they stick on there well enough. And we can start placing this on here. Now, see, some of my registration marks are not even going to be on the transfer right now. I'm going to line this right up with that line of tape. See, I don't even need that one yet. Making sure that my chickens go all the way to the edge and that this piece of tape right here stays underneath that registration mark. And then we're going to press this down and get out all of our air bubbles again. Okay? You guys, I can't see comments, so if you're just joining me, I'm so sorry. The keyword for tonight is funny, F-U-N-N-Y. Type in funny. Hi, Pam. And listen, if you're not yet a Perks member, you have until the end of this month to join for $1. $1, and then you're going to get 30% off everything on my site all day, every day. And this particular transfer here for about $2. That's right. That's right. For about $2. A whole bunch of stuff. Really, really, really great deals right now on this site. All right, now we're just going to get to pasting. I'm going to move this over just slightly. I have a feeling that I'm not quite centered. And if I'm not quite centered, then it's not going to cover the entire board on the other side. I need it to be at least centered. There we go. That's better. We need to at least go in the middle. No, it's not my device that's down. It's that Facebook will not let my comments scroll on my computer. And I don't know why. And it doesn't matter if I'm on my page and looking at the video there, or if I've actually gone to the Reels and I'm looking at the video from there. But my comments just will not scroll. And so I've got to squint to look at my computer to see it. Because it won't let me scroll. Oh my God, it won't let the comments come through on my computer for some reason. It's a Facebook thing, y'all. It ain't my computer, I don't think. Gosh, I hope not. All right, so we're just going to start going with some of these colors. No rhyme or reason to where I'm putting them on any of these guys. I don't think that I want to start with that same color that I started with last time, though. So let's start with the blue. And again, working from left to right so we can paste and pull as we go. No rhyme or reason for color for anything. Just going with it. Wherever I find a spot, whatever makes me happy, whatever makes you guys happy. And we're going to go pattern on the bottom. And my paste is starting to dry already over here, so on my color trays. And you're just going to go with it, and every once in a while you're going to pull it up just to relieve that paste as much as you can. Keep it relieved. Let me go over here with this one. Ah! The hardest part is trying not to make the same colors touch each other. That really is the hardest part. And I'm just going back and forth with them wherever I want to put them. No rhyme or reason. But once I do this once, we're going to move the transfer over and do it again. Just pull it up again just to make sure that I relieve that paste out of there. I feel bad that I can't see your comments, y'all. And then you guys, I'm also going to paste on that registration mark. But remember, now there's a piece of tape underneath it. We're going to need that in just a little bit. We're going to need to know where to line that transfer back up at. Let's make this one right here, this dark color again. Trying to see if there's any colors that I haven't done multiple times. Got 3 of those. We're going to go with pink right here. All right, let's pull it up and see what this looks like. Got here. I can't see. See, now this right here didn't go through. Or it dried too fast on me. As I'm going to pull it up and see if I can get it to go in. Okay, I so love this. I think it's super, super cute. Look at the little chickens on there. Oh my gosh, I love it. Thank you, Teresa. That might be it too. That might be it. I might need to just completely shut down my computer, shut down my phone, shut down everything, and restart everything. She said that Facebook had an update last night, so that might be the problem. I don't think I've shut down my computer. I restarted it, but I didn't completely shut it down. Do you guys love the chickens? I love the chickens. I really, really, really love the chickens. And the color palette. All right, now I didn't plan on having to wash the transfer, but I think I'm going to, just because I can tell that the paste is getting dry in these, and I don't want to take any chances of the paste, of this right here not turning out well for the finishing product, just because I got lazy and didn't wash my transfer. Okay, so we're going to do that real quick. It doesn't take very long at all. I'm just going to spray this down with some water. I do want to protect that paste there, though, that I don't get any tap water in it. But for the 60 seconds that it takes to wash your transfer off, it's worth it. Because if that paste starts to dry in that silk screen and you don't have it washed off before you try it again, or you move it over, you'll have regrets when it doesn't all go through, okay? I'm just going over with a towel first. And I'm going to grab my board eraser and some water. And I'm just going to go over this with a wet board eraser. This is our cleaning sponge, you guys. I highly, highly, highly recommend that if you've got Chalk Couture transfers, that you have one of these board erasers to clean them with. Can't stress enough how much of a lifesaver those are. Honest to goodness. I've tried other things, Norwex. I've tried just baby wipes. I've tried Clorox wipes. Nothing gets them as clean as a board eraser. I've tried Magic Eraser. Even that does not get it as clean as a board eraser. And if they're staining on your transfer, this is not endorsed by the company, but I'm telling you it works. I add a little bit of Dawn Power Wash into my board eraser and wash both front and back with Dawn Power Wash. And it does work to take off the staining and all that extra grossness that might be on there. And that's why I got to put stickers on my transfers, because most of the time they're so clean I can't tell if they're new or if they're not. All right. Once we've got that cleaned off, we just need to dry this. And then all of that stickiness is going to come right back. And then we can use it again. Okay, so I'm going to start drying it with just a little piece of paper towel to get off some of that. Then, after I've dried it with paper towel, I'm going to grab my fuzzing cloth again, and this side of it, the lighter side of your fuzzing cloth, is your microfiber side. And this is your dry side, your drying side for your transfers. And it doesn't get them completely dry, but it does a pretty darn good job. If you're going to use it in 5 minutes, this would be a great way to dry it, okay? If you're going to use it immediately like I am, you can very, very carefully, you guys, hit it with a little bit of heat. However, you need to be extremely careful when doing this, because you can burn your transfers. When I mean just a little bit of heat, that was enough. That was enough. And now it's back to being super, super sticky on the back side and completely dry. You only need a little bit of heat, if any at all. Heat or patience. You love the power wash? Me too, girl. All right, now I do need to fuzz my transfer again. Let me make sure these are nice and dry before I do that, though. They are. I have another fuzzing cloth over here. We're just going to lay that down there. Because now it's been washed. It's nice and clean. And then you guys remember how we've got this piece of tape here. And on this piece of tape, we have this little circle in here. You guys see it right there? That little circle. But it's just a piece of tape on our board. We're going to then take the circle from this side here of our transfer, and we're going to lay it right over top of that circle there. Okay, it's got 3 dots that should go right in the holes of the other one. And once you do that, oh, hold on, I don't have it quite straight. It's also got to be straight with that tape on the top. Once you do that, then you're going to have that evenness with your transfer, okay? To where everything is spaced out the same. Oh no! You know what? It's going to have to work. I just got to make sure that I don't get the registration mark on this side, because it does kind of show on my board a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and take another piece of tape and just put it under there, just to be sure that I don't accidentally get any paste through that. Thank you for sprinkling roll. You guys, I do not have comments tonight. My comments are not working properly. And really, if I go with the colors that I had before, it's not going to work. No, because this one wasn't on here before. It will work. I can just repeat the same colors and not even have to think about it, because I did a good job. Thanks for the stars, you guys. All right, let's do this again. Same colors, which can actually make this easier because I can just see what was where. No, I should still paste and pull. All right, so our first one was blue. The next one was this color. We didn't name our colors. And then going down from here, we don't have another one. So we can give it any color that we want to, or we're looking at these. We're going to go with, nope, can't do that because that's going to be next to that. Pink is going to be, nope. Can't do pink. Ah! We're going with this one. We're going to go with this one for this one. With 5 colors, you should be able to space it out pretty well. And not have anything touching, but you might have to think about it for just a minute, okay? All right, we had this color here. Oh, shucks, that one was supposed to be that color. See, we're going to have to do it differently now. It is what it is. I thought I had it all figured out, but apparently I didn't. Oh, shoot. My registration mark tape was still under the butt of that darn bird. Oh, no. We're going to change around our color pattern just slightly because I goofed up. So we're going to come back to that little bird last. We're going to move our thing and go straight across now. And then pull from the top, just so I don't accidentally do that again. I don't want to accidentally do that again. This one right here was the blue. That one there was this color. Okay, so those ones are done correctly. Easy peasy. We can just pull those right up. Now this bird. You're right. Yep, I'm human. I tried, but I have to look at all these birds around here, and I missed one. This one's this color. Oh boy. This one's blue. What color is this one? Pink. So, I think we're going to make that one. Oh, no! It's stuck to my here. Just... I think we're going to make that one a dark green again, you guys. And the little seed. Okay, I think we're ready to pull this up now. Now that I accidentally got some pink where I didn't want that pink at. And I still think that that turned out fabulous. You can't even tell that I made a mistake there with the colors. You really can't unless you're really looking for it. I'm going to see if I can get this off of here. Easy peasy. It came right off. Good. Good. Okay, you guys. Ah! I think that looks great. We still have these black lines on here. And what I think I want to do with this now. And I know it's getting late, y'all. I do know that. I do know that. We're going to finish this up really quickly. Really quickly. Okay, so this is part that I'm just totally going to just kind of pull it out of my butt and see what I can do real fast. So, I have no more color trays. Those are gone. We're just going to take some water, okay? And I'm going to squirt my paintbrush, not my board. And I'm going to use distilled water. And I'm just going to add, and I know you guys, it's got wax on it. The wax is just not going to even, I don't know why I did this. But I just want to water this down a little bit. Even though there's wax on it. I'm going to take a little bit of each of these colors, y'all. This is going to seem really crazy to everybody probably. These colors are starting to dry. Let's do it this way then. My objective here was to add a little water to it. And I wanted to get this to like blend. And go from like the blue into a pink, into the gray, into this color here, into everything. That was way too thick right there. But I just want to kind of make this watercolor. Oh, shucks. Don't go off that paste line. Or that paint line. I just want to kind of watercolor it together to where it makes it look like the colors are going from one side to the other side. I hope that that makes sense. I'm going to add a little bit more water to this. And I'm just kind of blending them together as I go. And let's see, oh, man. We're going to see if we can just kind of get like an ombre effect in here. going on where all of these colors just kind of come together in a rainbow effect. That's the word I'm looking for. All right, I'm going to grab one more squirt of water here. Try to blend them together a little bit better. And let's see how that looks. I think that this is going to look fantastic. Honest to goodness, I think it's going to look great. I think it's just going to add a little bit of extra to this project. I don't know if I want to. I should probably pull this up while it's wet. Hopefully that's a good idea. All right, you guys. That was my bright idea. So let's see what we can make happen with it. Let's see how it looks. So here's our first piece of tape. Hopefully I didn't go off the tape. Oh no, it did bleed a little bit. I can easily go over that with some more white though and just clean up that edge. But because I added water to it, it did bleed out from underneath it. So I will have to go over that again and just clean up that edge right there. But I still think it looks good with that rainbow effect going on. I'll show you guys what I mean. You guys see how it just kind of gradually goes from one color to another color right there on that ribbon? That's what I was talking about. Okay, just gradual color effect. And I think that that looks great for this piece because we are talking about Funny Farm here. And you can totally do whatever you want to do. All right, you guys, really quickly, I don't know what ribbon I've got that's really going to go good with this. I thought my dark gray would, but we end up going with a lighter gray. So I do have this gray here that's really, really pretty, but it's not wired. I also have raffia that matches that. So maybe we'll do a little combination of both. Maybe because this is not wired ribbon, let's just do that's what I'm going to do. We're just going to cut up some pieces of this. Several pieces and just kind of make a messy bow with this. And then we'll add some raffia to it. Maybe a little bit of greenery, and we're going to call it a night, you guys. What do y'all think so far, though? Do you like it? You can leave it without ribbon. Yeah, you could if you wanted to leave it without ribbon. Carol, I don't know if you said anything about this piece or not, but I can't see comments. I can't see any comments. Harley. If I'm not squinting, I'm not seeing. Oh, and I dropped it. Jeez Louise, Laura, pull it together. I'm all over the place tonight, you guys. Hopefully this will still be okay because it isn't wired ribbon. But we're just going to fold the ends in half. You guys love it? Okay, good. We're going to fold the ends in half. We're going to dovetail these a wee bit. And then we're just going to grab some raffia. We're going to need a piece to tie around the middle though. So let's start with that. So I want this to be slightly smaller. And I'm just grabbing it in loops. That's all. All right, let's see what we can make happen here. Might not be the greatest. I do need to check around for other ribbons that might look better. I'm going to throw my raffia in the middle. And I'm just crisscrossing these in different patterns. And then we're going to grab a little bit more raffia, I think. To put in the front. That's shorter. We're just going to see what happens. All right, and then I'm just going to tie this right in the center. And then flip it over and tie it again in the back. Oh, you guys, I think that that's a cute ribbon for this. I think that turned out adorable. I do need to put a hanger on here. I'm not going to glue this down yet just because I'm not. First of all, because my glue gun's not done. But I'll hold this up there and show you guys. I think that that turned out so cute. What do you guys all think? Do you love the color palette? Do you love it all? I don't think it needs greenery. I do love the raffia. I do love the gray ribbon because it matches that part right down there. I do need to clean this up just a little bit, but I think that turned out so stinking cute. Yay! Thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. right, you guys, that's our project for tonight. I hope you love it. I hope you love these little chickens right here with all these cute little patterns on there. Remember, you can get that transfer right now for next to nothing. I think it's about $2 on the site right now. And if you're not a Perks member, to take advantage of that 30% discount all day, every day, you can join Perks right now for just $1. $1 through the end of the month, you guys. And I'm still looking for one more person to join my Perks this month. One more before the end of the month. So if that's you, I would appreciate it. I will definitely say hello and send you out a welcome gift from me, because that's usually what I do anyhow. Anyway, you guys, that's it for tonight. I will see you guys back here again tomorrow. Hopefully you'll come and join me again. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns about anything, please send me a message. Tomorrow I'm going to try to be on time. Hopefully technology is a little nicer to me tomorrow. All right, you guys, thanks so much. Have a good night. Bye, everybody.